In this video, we'll focus on adding and subtracting integers. Other way of saying it is combining integers. So in the preset paper, what I had for you is when we add and subtract integers, the sign of the answer is always the sign of the bigger number. We'll see how that works and why is that happening. Then I have the first rule. Same sign, add the numbers. Let's see a model with my cards here. So before I fill in some examples, I'm going to show you a few examples with the cards. So I have hearts. And if I ask you a simple question, if I have 5 hearts and 3 more hearts, how many hearts would that be? 8. 8, that's good. 8 hearts. What about 5 plus 2? 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 what? 7 hearts. How about 9 plus 2? That's 11, you say. 11 what? 11 hearts. So having the same kind of cards and I say combine them, you automatically add the numbers because it is very visual and it's something that you can connect with. 9 plus 6, 15. 10 plus 6, 16. So you have no problem adding the same kind of images. Well, same is for addition problem. If I convert this problem, let's say 6 plus 2, into a mathematical sentence, I'm going to connect my hearts with positive numbers. You can connect with a sign for each number. So instead of saying 6 hearts, I'm going to say this is positive 6 and this is positive 2. If I add them together, I have positive 8, which is 8 hearts. So as an example, this will look like this. 6 plus 2 equals 8. 6 is positive, 2 is positive, add the numbers. Another example, let's say 10 plus 9, and that's hearts. So I'm going to say my hearts are positive. So I'm going to write my example. 9 plus 10 equals 19. Same sign, we add. And we know this from elementary, not a big deal. Then I'm going to use spades. Well, my spades will be negative. So spades will be negative. But if I ask you a simple question, if you have 8 spades and 2 spades, how many would that be together? And you'd say 10. You know it's 10. But now I'm going to say, okay, instead of the word spades, I'll use negative. Negative 8, dark 8, negative 8, and negative 2, negative 2, and negative 8 together is 10 dark, 10 negative. How does that look like in the problem? So that would be negative 8 minus 2. Every number has a sign. 8 is negative, 8 spades. 2 is negative. Minus and negative means the same thing. So if the sign is negative in front of 2, that's like looking at my 2 cards. I have negative 2, and if I cover the negative 2, I see negative 8. Negative 8 and negative 2. Add the numbers. The sign of the answer is the sign of the bigger number. Or again, you add the numbers, but they're still spades. They're 10 spades, negative 10. Add the numbers, keep the sign. Let's see another example. What if I have 3 spades and 6 spades? How many spades is that total? 9 spades. So 9 negatives, 9 dark cards. Negative 3 and negative 6 together is negative 9. The rule says 2 numbers with the same sign, negative 3 and negative 6, add the numbers. Add the numbers. That will be 3 plus 6, but they're spades. They're negative. Keep the sign. Same sign, add the numbers, keep the sign. Based on my title, I say when we're adding and subtracting integers, we look at the sign of the bigger number for the answer. The sign of the answer is always the sign of the bigger number. 6 is bigger, it has a minus in front. The answer is negative. 8 is bigger, it has a minus in front. The answer is negative. So another example for spades, because those negatives, 7 and negative 4. So negative 7, negative 4 together. Negative 7, negative 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Add the numbers, keep the sign. Negative 11. So negative 7 and negative 4, thanks for your help, Layla, equals, add the numbers, keep the sign. Negative 11. So in this video, I'm going to focus on the single sign only. So every number will have one sign in front. 6, the sign is not showing, but it's positive. 2 is positive. Add the numbers. 8. 9 is positive. 10 is positive. Same sign, add. 19. 8 is negative. 2 is negative. Same sign, add. 10 with a sign negative. Same sign, add the numbers, keep the sign. 3 is negative, 6 is negative. Add the numbers. 9, 3 plus 6. 7 negative, 4 is negative. Add the numbers. 11, and they're negative. Same sign, add the numbers, keep the sign. I'm going to go down the column and see what happens when the signs are different. And again, I'm be in the single sign column. In the single sign column. Double sign will be a little bit more work to do, but we'll get there. So let's pick 2 cards that are different. So here's 7 spades, and here 2 hearts. So my connection was spades, negative, hearts, positive. So now I can't put them together. They're not the same color. They're not the same kind. So this is when we create those zero pairs, like spades cancel hearts. They break the hearts, they cancel each other, so they disappear. So this is where the subtraction comes from. When I say different sign, I subtract the numbers. So when I see different sign, I subtract the numbers. Let's see why. Spades cancel the hearts, or hearts cancel the spades, so they create 0 pairs. These 2 hearts with these 2 spades will cancel each other. They create 0 pairs. So what's left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 spades, 5 negatives. So here's how it looks on paper. Negative 7 was my 7 spades. Positive 2 was my 2 hearts. Negative 7 plus 2. So that is when we see different sign. Just like on the cards, we see different kind. That means subtract. So these 2 positives will cancel the 2 negatives from here. And what you're going to have left is 5 negatives. Following the rule, different signs subtract. 7 minus 2 is 5. And here's when we clearly see that the sign of the answer is going to be the sign of the bigger number. 7 has a minus in front, so the answer is negative. Okay, let's see another example. 9 hearts and 3 spades. 9 hearts and 3 spades. Let's see what happens here. I can't add them because they're not the same kind. So I have 9 minus 3. Well, 9 minus 3 is 6. You know that from elementary. But let's see how the rule works. 9 is positive. 3 has a negative. That means different sign, subtract. So these 3 spades are going to cancel 3 hearts. And what we're going to have left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hearts. 6 positive. Following the rule, different signs. 9 is positive, 3 is negative. Different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number. 9 has a plus in front, so the answer is positive 6. With my model, 3 spades cancel 3 hearts, and what you have left is 6. Let's see another example. 6 spades and 10 hearts. That will look like negative 6 plus 10. You can connect color with the sign. 6 negative, 10 positive. So negative 6 plus 10. They're not the same kind. 6 has a minus in front. That's black. 10 has a plus in front. That's red. So these 6 negatives will cancel 6 positives. And what is going to be left is 4 positive. 4 is positive. I put a plus in front just for reference, but at the same time, let's see how it works. So the 6 spades, we're going to cancel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hearts. And here's what the answer is going to be, this 4 positive. So 6 spades, take out the 6 hearts, and what's left is 4 positive. Following the rule, 6 has a negative, 10 has a positive. Different sign means subtract. 10 is bigger, positive. The answer is positive. Sign of the answer is the sign of the bigger number. Okay, different. Different means different kind. Negative 3 plus 2 equals. How much would that be? This one is smaller, so we subtract, and what's left is 1 negative. Cancel out. What's left is your answer, negative 1. Opposite colors cancel each other. Opposite signs cancel each other. So 2 positives will take out 2 negatives from here. What will be left is 1 negative. Making connection with the visual interpretation of the number and the rule. If we follow the rules, looking at this example, 3 has a minus, 2 has a plus. Different signs. Subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number. 3 is bigger, negative. Sign of the answer, negative. What if you have 8 positive and 8 negative? Well, they cancel each other. The answer is 0. So you have a problem that looks like this. Negative 8 plus 8. Negative 8 plus 8 cancel each other. The answer is 0. Different sign, subtract. 8 minus 8, 0. And let's wrap up one example. Let's see if you can think of the answer before I actually say what it is. What if you have 2 and 7? 2 is red, 7 is black. That means 2 minus 7. So 2 minus 7. 2 is positive, 7 is negative. When you don't see a sign in front of the number, it always helps to put it in. It's invisible, it implies positive, but if you write it in, you can see it. So it's like red and black connecting with color, or positive and negative. Which one is bigger? 7, negative, the answer will be negative. Positive 2 and negative 7. Different signs, subtract. Subtract 5. 7 minus 2. So the answer should be negative 5. 7 has a negative, it's bigger. Different sign, subtract. Different sign, subtract. Let's see that happening here in my model. I have the 2 hearts. I'm going to put it right over my spades. Cancel those 2, and what's left is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What kind? Black, negative. How about 6 minus 10? 6 minus 10. 6 is positive, 10 is negative. 10 is bigger and it has a minus. Different, subtract. 10 minus 6 is 4. Different sign, subtract. The answer gets the sign of the bigger number. Let's see that happen. 6, we cancel 6 spades from here. And what's left is your answer right here. 4 spades, 4 black, 4 negative. Negative 4. For the double sign, I'll have another video coming up.